The High Seas Treaty began the ratification process after being adopted over the weekend following a day and a half of continuous negotiations. Global leaders are expected to sign the document prepared to preserve marine biodiversity and promote research capacity. Reaching an agreement on the text of the High Seas Treaty was a crucial step, but not the last, to protect marine biodiversity and oversee international waters. Miguel de Serpa Soares, legal advisor to the UN Secretary-General, told UN News that it is now necessary for world leaders to ratify the binding treaty to ensure the protection of 30% of the world's oceans. Serpa Soares was among the international representatives in the sessions that produced the adopted text after a day and a half of continuous negotiations. The ambitious treaty for the protection of the high seas and ocean biodiversity was the result of 20 years of negotiations and talks. In preparing the document, international collaboration was essential to overcome divergences of national positions. The President of the United Nations Intergovernmental Conference on Marine Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction, BBNU, announced the result on March 4. With the new legal mechanism, nations will be able to participate in assessments and approve activities. The document also opens the possibility of conducting various scientific projects. Currently, countries have jurisdiction over waters that extend 200 nautical miles, or 370 kilometers, from the coast. With the High Seas Treaty, better management and protection of international waters and marine biodiversity are expected. The document now needs to be ratified by world leaders for the protection measures to be implemented. The treaty negotiation process was long and difficult, with over 20 years of discussions and 2 weeks of intense negotiations to finally reach an agreement. The result was a great victory for multilateralism and an important step towards environmental and ocean protection. With the treaty, it is expected that it will be possible to create protected marine areas on the high seas and better regulate activities such as shipping, deep-sea mining, and whaling. Additionally, the document opens up the possibility for scientific and research projects in the area. Currently, only countries have jurisdiction over waters that extend 200 nautical miles from the coast. With the new legal mechanism, nations will be able to participate in the assessment and approval of activities in international waters. The protection of biodiversity is a matter of great importance and urgency, and states have already committed to protecting 30% of the world's land and seas by 2030. With the High Seas Treaty, a significant advance in this regard is expected.